Welcome to That's Camellia podcast. Hey, we're going to unpack some of those questions that you have. We're going to interview some guests and let's have a conversation. Come on, enjoy the show. All right, welcome back to That's Camellia podcast. All right, for the month of June, I am going to be unlocking and bringing awareness to June being Men's Mental Health Month. Come on, our men need a month, don't they? I mean, they really do. And this month, let's talk about men and their mental health because it matters. So let's unlock the power of open communication for our men because women, ladies, girls, we need to support our men. And just like we care as women about our mental health, we need to care about our men's mental health and their well-being. And so let's start off the conversation with open communication. It's almost like a cliche. Most people say, what's the main thing that relationships need? Communication. It seems so easy, right? Now we know it's easy to say that it's communication, but we also know that communication is a huge indicator where a lot of us miss the ball. We drop the ball and we just do not consider it. So I know some people might be thinking, open communication. It's not known, men are not known to exactly always share all of their feelings. Women, we'll just give you the bullet point, boom, 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 boom. And this will give you the environment. We'll tell you what kind of clothes we had on and what the setting is. We'll do all that. But men, most of them, they're going to be like, give me 500 words or less. Give me a summary, quick summary, not a long summary, but a quick summary. That's probably what most men are. But guess what? Just like everyone else, men have emotions too. Bottling up these emotions can lead to a whole host of issues and anxiety and stress in a relationship and in their life and in their mental well-being. So men, don't bottle up your feelings. Find an outlet. So today, we're going to be breaking down the importance of open communication for men's mental health. So let's explore some strategies, have some honest conversations, be open to have some honest conversations, and maybe even bust up some myths, about the be the man part of it. No, being the man is being accountable and being open and honest and transparent, okay? So let's just discard that myth of be a man because be a man still means to have open communication and also having an avenue to safely talk about your feelings. So, the power of vulnerability. Let's face it, so society now tells our men to be strong and you can handle it. And like I said earlier, be a man. But here's the thing, being vulnerable is not weakness, it's actually a sign of strength. It's a sign of strength. That's what being transparent and being vulnerable is. So when men open up and share their feelings, it can be powerful. It also allows them to process their emotions, feeling like they're not alone. And it builds a stronger connection with the people that they care about. Which in your relationship, it builds a stronger connection. You will become closer. And guess what? It doesn't have to be a dramatic therapy session type of conversation. No, it could be as simple as talking to a friend about a tough day or a day that's mentally taxing or physically taxing, where it's just a rough day and you just wanted to share some of your anxieties or concerns about it openly without being judged. So every conversation, big or small, it's a step toward a better mental well-being. We have to be able to open up, men. I pray that you have an avenue where you can actually talk openly without being judged. All right. So, how do you actually encourage men to open up? I have some strategies, but hey, you tag in and let me know what your strategy is. If yours works better, let's share, okay? So, a couple of things that I was researching and thinking about, and what's actually worked in my own relationship is creating a safe space. Letting your man or the man in your life know that you're there to listen without judgment. I mean, you're his ride or die regardless. No shame, no judgment, but create that safe space for them to be able to open up and talk to you about anything. So start small. Don't pressure your man to, share everything at once. Don't come home. Don't let him come home and you sit down and say, "Hey, sit down. Let's talk about everything that's on your mind. What's bothering you?" No, that's too much pressure. No, no, no. Start small. Start with the small conversations. All right. So create a safe space, start small. And another one I want to bring up is lead by example. This was kind of hard. Lead by example. Be open about our own emotions and experiences. So they are more inclined to be open with their emotions and experiences. So I'll say this. If you have a husband that says 500 words or less, you're going to need to trim your emotions and experiences to 500 words or less in order to keep him engaged. Because otherwise, if you have one of those, he's going to be like, "Yeah, what's the summary?" And that, when we're talking about leading by example, is allow small conversations just to give the example that you're there for them and you want them to be able to share their emotions, their struggles, their success, their weakness with you. So you could be there for them and they don't have to carry or have that burden of carrying all of that on their own. Another strategy I wanted to highlight is showing empathy. So that's acknowledging your feelings and trying to see things from their perspective. Now, we first want to say men's perspective and women's perspective are always different. We always see things differently. But showing empathy is acknowledging their feelings, acknowledging their perspective, not discounting it and saying that's wrong or I don't see that or that doesn't make any sense or that's crazy. Oh, wrong way. Just acknowledging their feelings. For example, I could see that perspective. I could see how that would make you feel that way. So you acknowledge their feelings. You don't discount it. You don't make them feel, don't judge them for it. Because the first time you judge, the first or the second time that you judge, they're going to shut down. They're going to remember that and they probably won't open up for a while because the last time they did, criticized them. So let's be mindful, ladies. Another thing I wanted to highlight is to focus on active listening. This can also be tricky too, because as women, we have so many different things as we have so many hats that we wear, right? And so we might have already created that safe space for our husband. We're starting small conversations. We've already led by example. We're acknowledging their feelings. And then while we're acknowledging their feelings and their perspective, focus on active listening. That means that we can't be trying to think of different scenarios and trying to fix what they're telling us because we need to be paying close attention to their words and their body language. So, active listening is paying close attention to their words and their body language. So, you can't have three different scenarios or three different conversations going on in your own mind on how to respond to what they're saying, but you need to focus on actively paying attention to their words and their body language, right? So remember, communication is a two-way street. When men do open up, listen actively and offer your support. That means we might need to put that phone down, cut that TV off. I focus, I give them eye attention where they are the focal point of our attention at that moment. So we can engage and be present right there in that moment. having that two-way conversation, setting the stage, setting the safe place to have a two-way conversation so you can acknowledge their feelings. You don't want to, so reduce all of the distractions. Reduce the distractions, okay? So open communication, it's beyond a normal conversation, right? It's a piece of the puzzle that our men have to deal with. There are a lot of different resources out there that support men's mental health. And I'll put a couple of links in the show notes to for your advice on any of my men who are listening out there. But the most important thing is that we all need to work together to create this world where men can feel comfortable about talking about how they feel and not be judged. Women, we don't like being judged. So let's support our men the same way we support ourselves. And let's break down that stigma, to encourage our men to prioritize their mental health well-being. It's important. Mentally, we want our men to be well, right? So make it a priority. Just like we make self-care our priority, let's make sure that our men have that avenue to make sure that their mental health is top priority. So there you have it. That's Camellia Podcast. We're going to keep the conversation going all this month where we're bringing awareness to our men and their mental health. See you next time. All right. That's all we have for today. Join me next time on That's Camellia Podcast, where we're going to continue our conversations. Make it a great day.